Welcome to Nerdentials, your weekly dose of the nerdy essentials covering film, TV, video games, and comic books. I'm your host, Joe Tweeton. And joining me, my co-op partner for life, my counterpart in this life, the Nick Thomas. Welcome, Nick. Hold on.
It's a little awkward.
We'll just go with it. Were you being silent purposely, or did I cut you out?
Oh no, it started the applause.
Clapping. I know. So, well, shoot, dude. I was like, just go with it. Like, I don't think that audio cuts you out at all. Actually, I don't think it does. Here, say, thanks, welcome. Here, go.
Yeah. I'm here.
I can hear you. Because that was the talent. Hey, again, anyone catching us live, complete experiment. Like, we're not used to this crap. We just thought it'd be fun to finally get into it, so we're trying our best. But there you go, Nick. Audio clips, seems like we can play them and talk over them still. So
nice.
I tried to put them volume at half mast, if you will. Pirate speak, ship speak. Anyway,
which we'll come back to later.
Yes, fun reference right there. So, yeah, this I'm just gonna go back to the intros, guys. Sorry, because we're still rapidly getting through this. So, guys, welcome to Nerdentials. This is episode 131, podcast 131, and guys, we're gonna specifically cover some television streaming tonight.
Nice.
Stick around, because if we have the energy, and granted, while we're streaming this, West Coast, we're looking at 10:40 p.m. right now. I'm 2 hours ahead of Nick. You guys take a wild guess at where I'm at on the northern continent here of America. But guys, we're going to talk TV tonight, and then as we figure this streaming thing out, we'll either go longer or we'll go multiple days throughout the week. We'll see how it pans out.
Nice.
All right. Well, Nick, I think because we're feeling it's such a new experience here. I'm trying to relax here. I'm trying to just go through the motions. Let's just jump into TV talk, shall we?
We shall.
All right. Nailed that transition. Welcome to TV Talk, friends. Now, in TV Talk, we've got a couple shows that we're going to cover. Duh. Sorry. Nick, I think what do you want to hit first? Because you know which ones we're going to talk about. I think we have 3, and if you guys have seen the thumbnail on YouTube after this stream, you'll know. Which
3?
of the well, there's a big one. There's a Star Wars one. There's an anime one on Netflix. Oh, I guess the third one I was thinking of would be a side reference. So, which of the two should we get the small one out real quick? I don't have footage for it, but it's like I guess let me do a lightning review on it.
Sure.
If you're fine with that. Guys, I don't got any footage for this for you live streamers. We'll work on that if we continue going live in the future. Something I've gotten really heavily into that's more of a casual viewing experience, not something that any of us agreed upon. There's this animated comedy series on Hulu called Polar Opposites. And ironically or not, it's co-created I forget the other guy's name, but the infamous Justin Roiland co-created this with another artist that's outside of the Dan Harmon, Justin Roiland, Rick and Morty series. However, and I haven't talked about this yet, I don't think, on any of our casts before, but the DNA of Polar Opposites is got so much from Rick and Morty. It's not a clone at all. It's a unique story, and so the premise is a team of aliens. I want to say 2 adults and 2 children. They call replicants, and a pupa, which is some weird infant version of their race. And they say it at the beginning of every intro. It's pretty fun, but their planet gets hit by a meteor, and right before the meteor, they sent out 100 adults with their replicants out into the universe, kind of like a Clark Kent style Superman thing, where the planet's going to get destroyed. So 100 different teams left the planet to go seek out new planets where they could repopulate and bring their society back to fruition, because they were living in a very paradise-like planet prior to it being destroyed. And this particular family in Polar Opposites, this team ended up crash landing on Earth, and they landed on the rooftop of a house. And it's literally the short, the too long, didn't have time to read or watch of it all is there's 2 male not leaders. There's 2 male characters. This particular group, basically, 2 parents, 2 guys are parents, and they got 2 replicants, a girl and a boy. You got Corvo, Terry, Yemulak, and I think cut that later. I don't have it all in front of me. I'm going off of memory, guys, but it is. I didn't know how I'd feel about it before, but the animation and the humor, it's got Justin Roiland behind it. So the improv, he voices the leader of the group, Corvo, and you can tell it's the sharpness of Justin Roiland with a little less rasp that you would think when you think of Rick from Rick and Morty. So it's actually has turned out to be quite fun. There's 4 seasons on Hulu. So much meta commentary. They constantly reference, because it's actually a Hulu original. They made a weird deal 4 or 5 years ago with Hulu with this show, way before the Justin Roiland controversy that has led him now needing to exit Rick and Morty. And sadly, I was pained to find out that he is not reprising his role for season 5 of Polar Opposites either. It's like, damn, Adult Swim, you butchered the actor. And anyway, we've talked about Justin Roiland before about how even though the evidence proved that he was not involved in anything crazy or nefarious, it still sucks that he must have had the personality type to have gotten himself mixed in with people that could put him in this spot. I don't know. That's a whole nother conversation.
Gotta love cancel culture.
Yep, cancel culture, sadly. Because, like,
This
anyway.
Me Too crap.
I know. Well, and the Me Too crap was important, where and when it mattered. But unfortunately, I think certain people and some celebrities have received the back end of the crap, the unfavorable outcome of going too hardcore in this direction of, like, let's attack everyone without looking at all the information beforehand. But we'll talk about it another time. That's a deeper conversation. But the sad part is that as much as we love his voice, his personality, his improv for these shows, the ironic outcome for this is Rick and Morty, the producers there have said that they're going to get sound alikes for Rick and Morty. And you know what? as long as the writing is still hilarious and fun, I'll keep watching. If it starts dying because of the lack of Justin Roiland's improv abilities, it's probably going to lose a lot of fans. But on the converse side of this other series I didn't even know about until this year, Polar Opposites on Hulu, is hilarious to no end for the first 3 seasons. And then come to find season 4 is when Justin Roiland was canned literally from the entire network. And so they actually, I don't have the actor's name in front of me, but they recasted the lead character of Justin Roiland with a British guy. And the reason that's not as upsetting is because this show, unlike Rick and Morty, they play so hard into the meta. They self-referential. We're a Hulu original show. They constantly reference the current media. They reference things like Nike, McDonald's, like I don't know if I've heard Walmart, but like they're that cavalier and casual about pop culture references that they reference things everyone knows. And so there was a scene in one of the final episodes of season 3 where the kid zaps Corvo, the adult leader of the group, in the throat, and they have all this sci-fi references where everything gets fixed with a unique sci-fi gun. Oh, it's a shrink ray. Oh, it's a make people happy ray, or oh, it's a voice changing ray. There's always some ray gun they have that it's kind of like the Deus Ex Machina of any plot, where it's just like, we're in a corner, we need to fix this chaos. I know, let's grab this random thing that fixes everything. And that's kind of the premise of Solar Opposites. And they did that sadly with Justin Roiland's role as the lead character. They said he like zapped his vocal cords and suddenly he sounds British. And I thought they were just doing it as a bit for like one episode, and then I watched the rest of the entire season 4 and I was like, oh shoot. Okay, nope, they replaced Justin Roiland from here on out. It wasn't just a one episode bit. I was like, that kind of stung because I really liked Justin Roiland. But that being said, I still highly recommend seasons 1 through 3, 8 episodes a season. It's an easy binge watch, 20 minutes an episode. Fun, crazy, wild, off the rails. Sad to see it go where it's going. I'll come back for season 5, which is still going to be in production with the British actor and not Justin Roiland, and we'll see if it's still funny. I don't know. Same thing with Rick and Morty. But guys, that's my 2 cents on Adult Swim comedy, adult animation comedy. I just wanted to pepper that in on our episode. But now, Nick, I think it's time to jump into our key shows for this topic. Which one do you want to hit first? I feel like we should probably save the heaviest conversation one probably for the end, because that way we can kind of cap it wherever we want. And I think what you posted earlier in our conversations online was that you wanted to talk about this Netflix original series that I have had no prior experience with until you recommended it to me literally, I think earlier today, the day we're recording this. So I'm going to let you introduce it, and I want you to tell me how you came across it and what drove you to check it out. So I'm going to pass it off to you, sir.
The show he's talking about, for all of you anime weebs like myself, he is talking about one that kind of harkens me back to my childhood. I've watched every episode ever released, and I'm telling you right now, there's a lot.
But 2000 something. Sorry,
yeah.
I just had to throw that in because I looked into it.
But
damn!
Anyway. This is the live action adaptation of One Piece. One Piece is in a fictional world where One Piece is based in a fictional world where pirates are everywhere, and they're all after mythical gold of the original, better to say, the Pirate King,
Mm-hmm.
the One Piece that a lot of people think is a myth, but some believe that it's the ultimate treasure. This show follows our young lead to the movie. Character's name is Monkey D. Luffy.
Luffy.
Yeah. So all the people that watched the anime and were in love with the anime, I could tell you right now, they did so well making an adaptation here and making it true to the original. This is getting rave reviews from so many different people because of their ability to stick to the original story, the original material, and make it fresh without changing too much. But this has gotten the highest reviews of any anime adaptation as of yet.
Dude. Love that introduction. I'll add a little bit of context before we give it our individual reviews. So I saw previews for this on Netflix, but Nick is the one that told me, hey, dude, I've checked this out. I'd love to talk about it. You need to watch this." So I went ahead and watched the first episode. There's 8 episodes. The whole season's available right now on Netflix. They're close to an hour a piece, easy each episode. But the scope, scale, and quality of the story, cinematics, VFX, all of it, justify the hour length. And to give additional context on my personal experience, I had zero experience going into it. My first experience with One Piece, and I've heard the name, I've seen the art before over the years, just never checked it out. Now that it's on Netflix, Nick's like, "Hey, check it out." So I check it out. I watched the entire first episode on Netflix. That was my first experience, and because I wanted some comparative context myself, I'm like, okay, this is really good, and we'll talk about the Netflix version in a minute. But I checked out on Hulu right now. You can get it on Crunchyroll and several other places, but right now the English dubbed version is on Hulu, the international version.
Also
You
on
can
Netflix.
yeah. Well, I know. I'm talking about the anime. Sorry,
It's
not
also on Netflix.
all right. Well, anyway? Moving on. I just saying.
It's a
Okay, Hulu.
one-stop shop.
I know. So it's on Hulu. It's on Netflix. I tried Crunchyroll, and so if you're okay with subtitles and full Japanese language, for whatever reason, I couldn't find the English dub. So I went to Hulu because that's the first place I found, and Nick says it's on Netflix, so I trust that. And there's 2,000 plus episodes of the anime. Like it's an ongoing thing. I just watched the first episode. They're 20-minute episodes. The animation. And then after that, I wanted to go to the original source manga, the hand drawn comic book form manga of the series. Most anime starts as manga. It's very rare if it doesn't. You usually see it in written book form first before you see it in animation. And the anime and manga go pretty hand in hand between the series I've seen. But I wanted to throw out some interesting comparisons. We'll do that later. Um, we'll absolutely do that later in a minute. I'll add my 2 cents on the differences I noticed because I literally watched them back to back. I watched Netflix live action, then I watched the anime, and then I read the first 50-page manga. Which there's so much in the manga that we'll get back to that. the small stuff that they cut out that I see why it wasn't necessary, I guess, as far as the wider audience is concerned. But let's get back to the show. Let's get back to the live action part of it. I can only speak on the pilot, the first episode. Nick, did you watch all of it? I think you did.
I binged it. Yeah.
Okay. And I totally could have, but I only had 7 hours to work with, and there's 8 episodes. So I just focused on the first episode to at least make sure I could get that in and give you my 2 cents on it. So I'll give you my 2 unequivocally spoiler-free cents on episode 1, the live action series, and then I think we all want to hear your full thoughts on the whole season as a whole. Episode 1 for me, guys. Luffy, the Straw Hat wannabe pirate character. I'm gonna give my raw thoughts on what I got with the Netflix, and then I'll tell you how it compares to the other sources. But what Netflix did was they gave me an extremely charming character. I fell in love with him very immediately at the get go. I loved the stoic. We don't want to team up characters, the outliers, and I didn't know how this show was before, but it was very fun. There's a lot of quirky characters, and he just has this dream of becoming the king of all pirates, but he has this heartwarming, charismatic attraction. No one else at the very beginning, no one wants to join him, but like he just has this, I want to make life an adventure. I want to be the king of the pirates. He's got a tenacity, he's got charisma, and I'll give you my comparisons later, but like that's his character alone sold me on wanting to see what happens. The additional characters, I don't know all the names, so I'll just describe them. The redheaded thief,
Nami.
and
Nami.
The redheaded thief Nami, and the greatest swordsman of all time,
Roronoa Zoro.
thank you for the name. Were key outliers in the pilot episode here of characters that wanted nothing to do with the charming guy, but they were each interesting in their own right. They all 3 of them pulled me in for the ridiculously crazy plot that's before us. So on a singular episode experience, and I know I've got 7 more to go on Netflix. If this
and
tenacity,
2,000 more anime.
Yeah, okay. Right now I'm just rating the Netflix, Nick. If this show on Netflix for me, as I continue to watch it, if the character charm and tenacity and excitement of all of it continues, I am 100% sold on this series. And for that reason, until I've seen all of it in its entirety, I'm still going to give it a solid 8 out of 10 for me. 10 if I'm blown away at the end. 8 means, dude, this, I have to see what happens next. 8 out of 10, Nick. I'm going to pass off to you. What was your experience with this show and your rating?
So when you're done with the series, we'll come back and get your full review afterwards. But
Absolutely.
I just like you, I fell in love with this from the get-go. It's almost like the character was built for Iñaki Godoy. The only thing of note that I can think of where he comes from is actually another show I started watching because of him, and I binged the entire show today. It's another Netflix original called Imperfects, and we should actually do a review on that eventually.
All right, give me some time.
Yeah, no. It's actually really good. It's a short series, and unfortunately, Netflix canceled it.
Of course,
but unlike that, Netflix has already said that this is getting a season 2.
I hope so.
Yeah, no, this blew everything out of the water, and topped the charts for them. That they want to see more of it, and so do we. Iñaki did a fantastic job. The other actors in there, they embodied the characters so well, and I like some of the character changes that some people made just for the sake of going from anime to believable live action. Yes, I say believable in a world where someone can stretch as much as Luffy does, but that's besides the point. Um,
Dude, I was like, what? And then, I mean, I've seen the clips beforehand, but I was in. Go on, sorry.
yeah, no, it's masterfully done. The director, the actors did a fantastic job, and I'm excited to see so much more of it. I'm going to give this a solid 10. Um, and this will be the first anime adaptation that I actually enjoyed.
Dude, I feel myself leaning that direction just off the one episode, but I'm excited that you had such a good time with the rest of with the rest of the season. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, One Piece, it's got a fan base. I know that. We know that, but like the fact that Netflix like took that and did right by it. Oh, so I'd like to give just a couple cross references regarding my personal experience with the additional media involved in this franchise. I feel like it's a good spot to just like coattail the end of it. Um, you give it a 10. I give it an 8 out of 10 pending the rest of my viewing of it. Um, yeah, it was fascinating to actually watch the previous iterations back to back. So like I watched live action, it's a full hour. Um, I immediately went to the first episode of the anime, which is only 22 minutes, barely. And then I immediately jumped into you guys most of you guys can download this app. It's just type in free manga and you'll at least get a sample if it I didn't have to pay anything. I was able to at least sample an entire first 50 pages of the first volume, episode 1 of this show, this anime. So the comparisons I'll make is the anime and the live action adaptation. I really appreciate whatever crew Netflix involved themselves with. There must have been some fans, or at least some co-producers that understood the need to represent the accuracy of the fandom. Because we constantly talk about adaptations in Marvel and DC and how they excel at it or ruin it, and vice versa. And same with anime. The anime was 50 pages. I read through it, and the thing I appreciated about Netflix is they included a lot. They included some really good key points that surprisingly the anime didn't, in my opinion. After watching them back to back, the anime literally starts at the very moment that a bunch of the Marines find a floating wooden canister that our lead actor is hiding in.
It's called a barrel.
Now, wooden barrel, yeah. Now, now, what the Netflix show did was they showed some childhood stuff. Like he was under 10 years old. He wanted to be a pirate, and Shanks, the lead guy, was like, "You're too young." Blah blah blah. I love that they included that because it gave us context for why the hero is how he is now, our lead guy. Um, in the anime, all of that's there, and then more that we didn't need, like a lot more. It's 50 pages of his childhood, his who he dealt with, a lot of added stuff, which is still wonderful, but it's not important to I guess, in my opinion, and some of us, when we look at adaptations, we're like, okay, do they at least maintain the spirit of the character, the integrity of the character? Like, can we still fall in love with this character if we cut A, B, and C out of this? And Netflix found the sweet sauce there. They gave us context of where he started, and then they threw us very quickly into where he's at now. The manga goes a lot longer, and I don't hate I'm not against that. I'm not against original material, but I think Netflix found they must have gotten some people who are hardcore deep in the anime to figure that out. You cut just enough so it's not so long that random people unlike us could get into it, but like anime fans could still appreciate it. It was an amazing balance, Nick. I looked at all three properties and I was like, Netflix figured it out based on that. And I have not had that opportunity before, dude.
Yeah, no, it seems like they took a little from both, from the anime and the manga.
Yeah.
I was actually reading up on this and got what they planned on doing for the first season, and I was so excited about it that I had to watch it. The first season is actually meant to cover all of the East Blue saga of One Piece. Okay, and just to let you know, just to let you know what that encompasses. That's 11 volumes, which include 95 chapters of the manga.
I know. It's wild.
And 45 episodes of the anime.
Wow.
All
I
wrapped
appreciate
up
your research, sir. I know you're good on that.
Episodes.
Dude, and if you gotta they did a good job if they can capture that in the amount of episodes they've put out. That's insane.
Yeah.
And I felt that just in one episode. Like I was like, I'm at 1 hour of live action, 20 minutes of anime, and 50 pages of manga. And I was like, wow, they found a crazy balance for this show where they could keep the integrity of the character, the spirit, the humor, and the stakes. Like, why is this important to them and why should we care? Like, yeah, dude, they did a good job this time around.
Yeah, no, I loved it. There is a few creative choices that happen coming up in some of the other episodes, because
I've heard, yeah,
there are so many characters in the manga and the anime. Just so it doesn't get
Pirates
cloudy.
alone.
Yeah, just so it doesn't get cloudy, they had to cut some of them out, and I completely understand. And the way they do it is tasteful, and I still think everyone's going to enjoy the crap out of it.
I don't know I can't remember the name. I might get this wrong, but like the clown at the end of the live action, Huffy, is that his name? The pirate Huffy?
Huffy is a bike.
No.
The clown's name is Buggy.
Oh, is it Buggy?
Buggy.
So good though. Like we get a glimpse of some of the pirates that our characters are gonna have to deal with at the end of just episode 1, and that was exciting, dude. Like, man, those are some maniacal characters, and yeah, I don't know. We'll save it for a deep dive. Like if we want to or anyone cares, we'll do a deep dive on it later. But
yeah, I like the actor they chose for Buggy the clown, Jeff Wards. He's from Marvel Agent of Shields.
I was gonna say he's not a AAA guy, but like he's been around enough where he's got a recognizable face.
Yeah, no,
yeah. All right, dude. So you give Netflix show 10 out of 10.
solid.
I give it, yeah, solid, and I give it minimum. I'm ready for more 8 out of 10. Where like I need to finish this and then reconvene for an update on that. Nicholas, I'm sad we don't have a lot of stingers to throw in here because I think it'd be fun, but like we're kind of sticking around with TV this whole time, which is not a problem. I don't have trailer footage, and that was by choice. We're going to talk about a fabled intellectual property that we all love, we've all had childhoods with, and because of corporate Disney, we can't really show a whole lot. If you guys are watching on YouTube, you probably see a couple still shots. But I'm kind of refraining from showing any footage on this stream because
Did you watch all of it?
I have. Yes, Nick. There's only 5 episodes, and then Tuesday night there's another one, right? It's not over yet, right? Is it 6? Are there supposed to be 6? Because
I think
it's
so.
only. Should we look this up right now? We probably should. Should we double check? I'm missing
Looks
my
like there's
words.
supposed to be 6.
I think there's only 6 on this one. Double checking. Oh, wait. 8. Oh my god. Okay.
Yes,
October.
we still have 3 more episodes.
Oh my gosh. Okay. We're learning this now together live, guys.
Okay.
We're talking about Star Wars Ahsoka. As of last week, or rather, let's see, today is the 8th. Tonight's the 18th right now. Nope, we're at 1 a.m. So if you're watching this post recording, it's Monday the 18th. But the next day, the next Tuesday, and the next 3 Tuesdays, we're getting 3 more episodes, and Ahsoka ends with 8 episodes on Disney Plus.
And all 5 so far have been amazing.
They have. And so, Nick, how I want to tackle this, I know we don't want to do spoiler-free stuff. We got 15 minutes left under the hour mark of this stream.
Oh, there's going to be spoilers, but we'll let you know when it's going to happen.
Well, true. Okay, but how many? Well, we're only talking about the 5 episodes. We don't have the whole season done yet. So
I got conversation I got to get off my chest.
I know we both do. So here, Nick, you're good, dude. All right. Nick needs to talk. I need to talk. We're gonna go forward with this now, and I will put a spoiler stinger up here on the screen before we see anything you don't want to hear. Okay, promise.
Just when we hit the ones that are going to be spoilers, I'll make sure I catch myself and let you know.
Catch yourself. Well, and you and me have both seen all 5 episodes available, so I think I'm usually pretty good on that. But dude, I'm trusting you to.
I'll catch you if you start going off the rails and start giving out the secret sauce.
Let's catch each other.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Should we just go into initial thoughts, or should we throw out the spoiler warning now and just be carefree about it?
Let's do some initial thoughts. All
right, that would be unfair to some of our listeners.
Let's let people know, and then we could dive into some craziness.
All right, Nick, there might be some stuttering. I didn't set aside a trailer, but I feel like I want to put a few seconds of something up. Otherwise, I feel like this stream is going to be pretty bare bones about this topic. I want to push our limits real quick. So just bear with me for a second. So where do you want to start?
Where do I want to start? Okay. Ahsoka. For all of you Star Wars fans out there, last we saw her was in Mandalorian season 2?
Must have been 2 because I recently watched 3 and she didn't show up, so it was 2.
Yeah, no. Working with our favorite Mandalorian and some baby Grogu there. Unfortunately, they do not make an appearance in this like he does in all the other spinoffs. but it's for good reason. So we're glad he didn't show up in this one.
Yeah.
But this also is a direct successor to a wonderful, wonderful show I grew up watching. All of you may remember, no, anyone that followed Star Wars, there was an animated series called Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is where you first met Ahsoka Tano as the Padawan of Anakin Skywalker. Many know who Anakin Skywalker becomes.
I'd hope anyone into Star Wars would know that by now. Yeah.
If not, you're late to the game, and you'll figure it out.
It's all good. It's all good.
And then after that, it goes into Rebels. A lot of the characters in this show right now are actually directly from Rebels, and I'm glad to see this progression of their character. And yeah, no, from the trailer, so it's not really spoilers. Anyone that watched the trailer, you actually see most of the characters out to start with. You see Rosario Dawson playing as Ahsoka Tano. Rosario Dawson you've seen in the Marvel TV series with the Luke Cage. You've seen her in
Oh yeah. What's
Jessica Jones.
what's
All
she
those.
playing those? Luke Cage, Jessica Jones.
She's the nurse that gets tied up with all of them in the random
Oh my
occasions.
gosh. Yeah, the Netflix original Marvel series that they
Yeah,
ran with before
yeah,
the buyout. But yeah, oh man, I forgot about that, dude.
yeah. Um,
Dude, yeah. Mm-hmm.
we have Sabine Wren, which is another Mandalorian, a trueborn Mandalorian though.
Really cool
Um,
about that. Yeah.
yeah, and she's played by Natasha Liu Bordizzu. Where we've seen her before is other shows like Day Shift, Guns Akimbo,
Mm-hmm.
different things like that. She hasn't had any really big roles that I could
Yeah.
think of, but I remember seeing her in these. And then Hera Syndulla from Rebels, your favorite plucky pilot that is a Twi'lek. She's played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Yeah, I really like her in this show.
And we've seen her all over the place. She was in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Hold on, I'll help you real quick.
A lot.
Cloverfield
Yep.
10, Cloverfield 10, Lane 10, Scott Pilgrim,
Yep.
Live Free or Die Hard with.
Yeah, she was the daughter. Yeah.
Oh man, that was 2007, bro. But yeah,
She's
damn,
John
makes
McClane's
sense.
daughter. Yeah.
And Death Proof, which was
Oh,
that
fun,
was a
fun,
crazy Kurt
funny
Russell's
thing.
in
You
it.
should bring up Death Proof. That was
Quentin
2007.
Tarantino.
That is the
Yeah.
last movie that her and Rosario Dawson were in together.
Oh, really? Okay. Wow.
Yeah. But the first time I remember seeing her was Sky High. That was my first movie I ever remember seeing her in.
Oh, dude, yeah.
But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no, lot of good named actors. The one that really surprised me is Hu Yang. Hu Yang is from the show, and he was a Jedi lightsaber droid.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Oh, yeah. I like him. Real quick, just a quick pullback to who are you talking about? The chick.
Which one?
Right before her.
Sabine.
Sabine. She played Helena the Huntress in Birds of Prey on DC. HBO Max original Birds of Prey movie. Yeah, sorry. Anyway,
it's all good.
Yeah. Anyway, she played Hera Syndulla. That's who we're talking about. Who we were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, she played the Huntress. I didn't recognize her, dude. I recently, side note, watched that, and we'll catch up on DC later because I've watched a lot of things recently. Go get back to the droid, dude. Yeah, one of my favorite characters in this episode.
Played by none other than one of the greatest voices of our time, David Tennant.
Oh my god, it's crazy because yeah, I saw that and I was like, what? Hu Ying. Yep, go
There's another actor that I got to call out because he will be playing a big part in this series, and it's sad that he's left us before his time. Ray Stevenson is playing a dark Jedi. Is the best way I
a
could
Dark
describe
Jedi
it.
Master
Yeah,
who has a Padawan. Yeah,
named Balin Skull.
God, and he just passed away May 21st of this year, guys.
Yep.
After production, so like he's in this whole season. I don't know if he dies in this show, but like, damn.
So I'm
That's
sad
so
to see when we lose him.
That's so sad because like he was a really good character. Well, and the thing is like he wasn't just a hard edged character. You could tell in the 5 episodes we've watched that are available right now, you could tell that he had lost his way from the Jedi and that he's just trying to survive, get paid to do this crap, and like you could see a good spirit inside of him. Oh man.
But yeah, this TV series follows exactly where we left off in the Mandalorian series, where you hear her talking about it. You also hear oh crap.
Oh, wait, hold on. Are we hitting a spot where we need to do spoiler warnings?
Not yet. No.
Okay.
It was
Because
it was from Mandalorian season 3 when you talk to the Night Watch.
okay.
Who's the blonde Mandalorian?
Oh, dude, yeah. No, like I'm sorry, you're spacing right now, but I couldn't remember it. Bo-Katan.
Bo-Katan. Thank you.
You and me, dude, you and me need to hardcore talk about the last season of Mando later, not now.
No, we don't want to get you in trouble with the wife.
But that's what I'm just saying. You and me need to break that down later.
Faux show.
But Bo-Katan, so happy for how that ended. Anyway, go on. What about her?
Yeah, no, she dropped a few names and stuff in the season with Mandalorian. When you first meet her, she's trying to figure out where Thrawn is. She's trying to figure out all these other things.
Yeah.
So this is just taken off right from where we've already seen in the other series. Now, it is not required for you to watch Clone Wars and Rebels to enjoy this show. But I can tell you, the way Dave Filoni wrote this show is if you are a fan that has followed those religiously, you will have so much more enrichment from this. It enriches both this show from the old ones and enriches the old shows with this one. So you see some finality behind some things. And it honestly, it would behoove anyone to go back and watch at least Rebels to get some of the references, some of the people, get some of the backstory, because it's a fantastic story.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah. I agree, dude. Someone who, and again, openly to you guys, someone who has not watched all that, this show absolutely made me pine for background, want to know where a lot of this comes from. And the show, in my opinion, Nick, you could vouch or agree that these original live action shows have at the very least done a decent, I would say decent job. I don't know all the background, but decent job of making us care enough, even as a casual, like someone who does not know the background, but it's made us care enough that this might drive people who have not seen this stuff before to go seek it out.
Yeah. No, so I'm just gonna go right into my rating for it. This is another one that I give a 10. I'm gonna come out and say this hands down. This is single-handedly some of the best Star Wars writing we have seen in a very long time.
Yeah. I'm holding off because I'll give you my 2 cents.
I'm
Anything,
gonna
anything else?
solid 10.
All right, dude. I'm gonna just echo everything you just said. I'm all caught up with the Mandalorian. I have never seen Clone Wars or a lot of that animated stuff, which I know friends, and fans have told me is worth getting into and investing in. But all that being said, even without it, everything up to this point has still in just live action only with Mandalorian. It's enriched my experience getting into Ahsoka, and I think I can vouch for me and Nick by saying that we're both excited to find out that it's slated for 3 more episodes. We got to episode 5 this last Tuesday, and we're literally recording right now. It's 1:30 a.m. right now. If you guys are live with us, it's Monday morning, so tomorrow night for us, North American West Coast, is going to be the next episode 6, and we've got 3 more episodes to enjoy. And so that's exciting because there's so much has unraveled in this show, and both of us are really curious to see where they stick the landing. You know, the finale. There's
Holy Purgles, I'm right there with you.
There's no guaranteed season 2. Just like the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, anything Disney Plus does, it's not a guaranteed ongoing series. It's just kind of like a, hey, here's some wonderful fan service context, right? And so, Nick, I'm just going to say, and I'm just going to echo what you said about what we've been able to enjoy up to this point. 5 episodes. So much fun stuff unraveled. And this comes from someone who doesn't have context with the animated series at all. I'm just straight up the movies and the Mandalorian series, the Boba Fett spinoff. That's all I've seen. I haven't seen the animated stuff. And so, any of you that have, there's so much more like depth and connection, and they're doing a good job of it as far as we can tell. And I'm definitely going to check out some of those episodes, to kind of get more of that enriched background. But just to speak on where it left us off without spoiling anything, and I think me and Nick are 100% totally going to come back and do a live stream spoiler cast deep dive of the show once it finishes. I think, Nick, you agree? You want to do that?
I do. Yeah.
Absolutely. There's too much to unpack. Yeah.
Well, and here's the thing. I don't you were talking about you don't know about another season or not, but I know that this is all leading to a full-blown Dave Filoni movie.
That's an exciting proposition, and we don't have a guarantee on it, but if it leads to that, that could be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just to wrap up, I guess where I'm at without, without this being a spoiler cast. So much I know Nick and me want to, and we're going to talk off camera. But we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait with everyone because I feel like we need to see it finish before we truly unpack everything. And I know Nick is in agreement right now with that idea. Like we need to see the whole what they had. they've done so good up to this point. We need to see how they wrap it up. And I can't guarantee to myself that's gonna be a wrap up. Honestly, I'd be shocked if it is not a cliffhanger. I feel like it has to be on some level. And if you guys are caught up with us, I feel like a lot of you would probably agree with that. You know, Disney and Star Wars and Lucas Productions and Kathleen Kennedy, blah blah blah. Regardless of how you feel about all of them, I feel like they have to know that they have a treasure chest of something on their hands with this, where it's at right now. And so I definitely feel like there's going to be a lot to unpack. So many content creators are making videos about this right now. And so thank you guys for joining us live. If you are, if you do in the future, we're going to unfold this in real time together if you join us. Nick, I'm going to pass it off to you if you have any concluding thoughts or convictions about the series and where you hope it goes.
Yes. No. There's a few things I got to bring forward here. They're not really spoilers, so we don't need to do anything here yet. There's something I'm going to dive into that we will, but I will let you know.
Guys, we're going to throw an alert up soon.
Dave Filoni is a wizard with his storytelling. And the way he's putting this together, he's doing a lot of foreshadowing that makes you wonder just from the names alone. So, you already seen some of the memes and stuff out there, the people's names and all that. Just big example of some foreshadowing that I'm hoping is going to come to fruition through this. We have the names of the bad guys. So like Balin Skull, his Padawan, Shin Hati. So Skull and Hati are the offspring of Fenrir in Norse mythology. One chases the sun and one chases the moon. So I'm just thinking somewhere there that might be kind of a foreshadowing of like one's going to turn bad, one's going to turn good. We haven't seen anything happen yet, so I'm not. It's just where I'm thinking. But Dave Filoni has this thing with wolves. Apparently, there's a character in there named Merrick. You see in the credits. Merrick is actually from Arthurian legend. Morgan Le Fay turns him into a werewolf. So is he someone that's been turned to the bad side and is used for nefarious needs? I like the weaving of storytelling and mythology and stuff from other cultures that we all know into stuff like this. It's fantastic. Some of the things he's going with it. But he's like giving you just these little bites to bring you in, and it's done masterfully. And I know some people were worried about the portrayal of certain characters done by these actresses, that they weren't going to look like the Rebels characters and stuff like that. Sorry, I don't want them to look like the Rebels characters exactly. They're not cartoons. They're not CGI. They're people. They need to breathe. You're muted, Joe.
You were so quick on that, sir. Thank you for realizing it. They're not blocky. That's all I said.
Yeah, no. So like a lot of people were upset saying, "Oh, we got Hera Syndulla played by Weinstein. She doesn't look correct. She doesn't look like Hera." Like, no. But you know what? She is Hera. She's the character. Dave Filoni gave every single one of these actresses and actors homework before they could do it. They had to watch all the episodes that had their character in it from the Rebels and Clone Wars series. He made sure they understood the character they were going to embody because it was so important to him. He wanted it to be important to them.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, I like that insight. Dude, I'm just like this. Arguably, I'm excited. We got 3 more episodes to go before we truly unpack everything. But like, man, dude, I spent day before yesterday on one of my days off. I binged. No joke, no shame. I have not been able to follow week to week. So every few days, I try to get in what I can. And I've truly binged the last 3 episodes on the show, 3 episodes in a row in a single afternoon. And aside from the plot, we're talking acting, VFX, production quality, just the whole spread of what it takes to make a high production, high value cinematic experience. We're getting that, with this last series. And Nick, I gotta hold myself back from exploding until we get to see where the show ends up. But you gave it what you gave. I think you gave the 5 episode stint where it's at. You gave it a 10 out of 10. I feel like I gave it an 8, but I feel like I need to give it a 9. I can't give it a 10 until we see the finale. I don't remember where I was, but where are we at here at the end of this?
Of the episode?
Oh, well, of the overall rating of this show.
I'm going to give it a 10. I don't know what you're going to rate it. So.
Oh, did I not? Shoot, I guess I did.
This is what happens when Joe starts drinking before we start recording.
Stop it. You judgy everyone hears it. You McJudgerson. It's okay. I've already been course corrected by the spouse because I'm interrupting people's sleep.
That's all right. Sleep is overrated.
It's not for some. But Nick, that being said, if I didn't give it a rating before, everyone watching the live stream in the future, it's gonna get to hear all of this. So I give -3 episodes a 9 out of 10.
Nice.
9 out of 10. Pending the final 3 episodes, I'm not even concerned about it blowing things out of the water. But me and Nick will have to come back later for that.
It's a good score. You got both of our review on it. And there's just something I got to get off my chest. So, Joe, if you would like, can you please hit us with a spoiler warning?
Oh, God. I knew this was going to happen at some point. Nick needs a spoiler warning. So, guys, if you're still sticking around, here is a spoiler
warning. Warning. Spoiler alert. Warning. Spoiler alert. You have been warned.
For those of you who are watching live via the stream.
And still here.
Thank you. And this little piece right here is for those who have finished all 5 episodes so far and are caught up and have the same burning question a lot of my friends had. And for those who are watching this on the recording, you just got the spoiler warning. If you have not finished the episode, please skip to after this section right here.
It'll be time-stamped, I promise.
Yeah, Joe will tag it. But here we go. I have to. Holy Purgles, man.
Purgles? How did you feel about my holy space whales, Batman?
That's what I'm talking about.
What was your live reaction to that?
Purgles or space whales? That's their name.
God, you're being more nerdy than I am. What's a Purgle?
Space whales.
Who made that title?
Rebels.
What?
It was in Rebels. Their name is Purgles.
You're telling me now if I need to be as crazy, cool, nerdy as you, I gotta watch Rebels.
So
give me the season and episode.
all of it.
Okay. Oh,
But actually, what I'm
Go
talking about here is something far more important. It's Force ghosts and the world between worlds.
oh God.
There's been an argument going around all over the place that wasn't a Force ghost, that was a memory of Ahsoka.
Hmm.
All
I
right.
disagree completely, Nick.
I
Someone
don't-
who just watched it, I kind of disagree, but go ahead.
I'm not sure people realize this yet. This was absolutely 100%, without a doubt, Anakin Skywalker's Force ghost.
Right.
It's not a vision. It's not a projection. It's not a memory. It's
Right.
110% Anakin. Completely.
Yeah.
Anakin was supposed to be the balance of the Force. And this was him at one with the Force completely. We actually didn't fully see this until after he died. He had already gone from the light side to the dark side and met that balance afterwards as the Force ghost. You see him in this episode move seamlessly from the light side to the dark side. And people are like, oh, that's just because it's memories that she's seeing. No, if it was a memory, when they were in the memory of the siege of Mandalore, he would know what it was.
There was a memory where he wasn't involved, remember? Yeah.
And he's like,
what are you
what's
talking
this?
about? Yeah.
He actually
What
said,
is this?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Go on, Nick. Sorry.
No. He's perfectly at whole with both sides of his soul, the light and the dark. He's found the perfect balance. He is, in every sense, the chosen one. In his most powerful form he has ever been. He is light empowered by the dark, and dark tempered by the light.
Holy shit, dude. That was poetic. I hope someone clips that. And if they don't, I will.
So that was my
fucking, did you read that? That was poetic.
I wrote it so I can write it out correctly.
You're good, dude. Yes.
See, I got my notepad.
That was so freaking epic. I'm trying not to cuss. That was freaking epic. Okay. Go on.
No, they quite literally did something we all loved. They stole it straight out. They didn't steal it. It's been passed back and forth within all of freaking the hero's journey forever. Where you've seen this most recently, Gandalf the White.
Oh God. And Sauron.
And did anyone see the reference though to Gandalf the White with Ahsoka? Before she went in, she wore
her white
gray drapes. She wore
white outfit, sir. Oh my God. I'm sorry, live audience. The white effing outfit this came out of. I thought, first off, oh God, you're referencing Lord of the Rings, Nick?
She is Ahsoka the White.
Oh my God. My wife's gonna be so pissed if I keep yelling.
She is finally at peace with herself, which she has never been, because of the training she actually had with her master.
I know she missed a good chunk.
Let's go, Snips. You got this.
But I thought, I understood it when it was said. I knew it was a nickname. It was hard for me to swallow because I hadn't heard it before, but I got used to it very quickly, and that's a testament to the lore.
I have to say, another thing that was masterful. There's two things that happened in this episode that was so awesome. One, Hayden Christensen completely embodied Anakin Skywalker like he had never left the role. And it was It was everything we wanted to see from him. And the way his character in here with Hayden Christensen playing as the character,
Yeah.
he like stepped it up a notch.
I felt it. Like you can. Here's the thing. The only thing I'll add to this, Nick, and we'll go deeper next time. I know you want to, and I do too. The thing I'll add to that, it's obvious. There's a phrase people say in Hollywood, maybe not Hollywood, but even casuals out here, where we talk about actors getting paid a crap ton of money to, come back for this role or that role, or to say this or that. It's called phoning it in Hollywood, where their passion and previous love of whatever they were involved in with before, when it comes to a remake or a sequel. And sadly, sorry, Harrison Ford, he gets tagged with this more than most. Oh, so and so is phoning it in. It means they got paid to say the lines they're known for famously, and there's no passion behind it. They phoned it in. And so some actors are good at phoning it in. This is the instance where you're talking about Hayden Christensen, where you're like, dude, like you, Nick, you and me are fanboying over the fact that he himself knows he's not a AAA actor. He's not. So when he's called back to do some mother trucking Anakin Skywalker crap, he didn't phone it in. He didn't, and you can tell he didn't. You can tell he cared about what he was doing, even though it's a paycheck. It was a paycheck, but he still cared about the fact that he was doing it. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
And no one's allowed to say otherwise. It'll just ruin me.
And the one other thing I got to say about the interaction. So, if you notice throughout the whole series so far, some of the lightsaber battles have been kind of flashy, overly, a little bit sloppy here and there, but they've still been enjoyable.
Okay.
This one, being someone that actually does medieval combat, fights with swords and does stuff like this was quite literally a masterclass of fencing. You can actually see the instructor teaching his student, dumbing down his skills to their level, picking up the slack, going in and being surprised when they pull something that he wasn't expecting, and actually going through it. It was beautiful. It was single-handedly the best lightsaber swordsmanship we have ever seen because of the way they were interacting with each other.
Yeah, dude. Oh, I love that. I agree with you completely. Yeah, you're not wrong at all, dude.
That's my 2-bit.
Stuff.
That's my spoilers. I'm glad you could come to my seminar. That's the end of the spoilers. I will keep the rest to myself. But we will do a full-blown deep dive into this when it's all said and done, because this is one that's important to both of us. Please make sure you join us for it. Who knows? Joe may even just say, you know what, the spoiler, this might deserve its own little segment. We're just going to throw this over here. If people want to watch it, it's a spoiler all by itself. If not, cool. Who cares?
Yeah. And depending on how smooth and successful this stream was, granted, we're doing this late at night, where honestly we all know that the average audience is not watching. At least right now. It was live. It will be live. And it is available on twitch.com. If you guys are on Twitch or watching any of this crap, we've now hit the hour and a half mark, hour and 30-minute podcast. And that's fun. It's been fun to kind of like experience this for ourselves in a live setting. We're doing it late at night where, as I calm the tone of my voice, and y'all know, you were there. Y'all were there when when a
He doesn't want to get in trouble.
You were all here when a significant other woke up and said, "Hey, you're being loud." Guys. None of us do this for a living. We hope to someday. It is a dream to like talk about our passions and make a living doing it, but we keep doing it because we still enjoy this on a friendship level. We just figure, hey, let's tag on a streaming thing or an edit thing, and we post some stuff and hope people are interested in the same thing. That's where we're at. It's 2023. So many people are doing it. We've been doing it for a while, and we're going to keep doing it because we love doing it. I'd like to give a quick shout out to two of our missing hosts tonight. We are a group of 4, and I will always say that because me and Nick have 2 best friends that have been here with us for many years. Shout out to Ryan Kuhn and shout out to Matthew Johnson. We both know you guys do you both do shit on TikTok, and I'm going to be a little vulgar here for half a second. You do stuff on TikTok, and you're on Facebook, and we miss you greatly. I'm going to leave it at that. No more guilt trips than that. Just be like, guys, come on. Vote.
We miss you.
We miss you deeply. Now that we made that weird enough, hope you guys leave a like and a follow. Anyone that appreciated that silly, quirky awkwardness. Me and Nick are going to come on here as often as we can. The goal is once a week. The reality is probably every 2 weeks. And the infinitely unhappy reality might be once a month. But we're shooting for every 2 weeks minimum. That's the immediate goal for me and Nick. And any bystander... Did I say bystanders? I mean, any guests or friends that are available more often, we'll try to squeeze in an extra episode. But for now, every 2 weeks, we're going to try to throw things in there. And, I'm going to wait 1 second because I just lost my dear partner, Nick. And you can't fix live here. We lost Nick. All right. Sorry, dude.
I'm coming to you via mobile with my phone.
Okay. I appreciate that. Yeah, we got to end it. We're going to end it now. And I appreciate you did at least that, dude. Like, I know.
My phone's doing a full update and firmware update and everything. Not my phone, my computer.
Yeah.
So, fantastic. Sorry about that, guys.
Oh, don't even worry, dude. Like, the whole night's been an experiment. We're recording when no one's watching, honestly. Unless we hit, some other side of the globe viewers. That's possible too. But that being said, Nick, I just was gonna do we're just doing some closings, and hey guys, throw some likes and follows if you enjoyed the crazy humor of our first time getting through this. If anything, also, if you appreciated the content at all, check out our social medias. We're regularly on the YouTubes. Our gaming channel's currently the primary, but we're trying to rebuild the podcast on Nerdentials podcast. Just look up any of that stuff if it interests you at all. But if you did join us for the live, we love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. And Nick, I thank you for being part of our official first live on Twitch, because that's actually a fact.
Glad to be here.
I also appreciate the fact that you called in via mobile to close this out. So
sorry for the technical difficulties.
It's all good, dude. I appreciate the fact that you were able to hop back in for this. So
this just be noted that if our other hosts say they don't have the ability to. I know every single one of them have a phone. You do this. We'll just be happy to see your face.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna shout out and call out just for fun. No shame, sir. I won't even leave the social links. I'll just say his first name. Ryan. My bro, I've missed you deeply, and I'm sad to wait this long for you to come back. That's all I'm gonna say. Short guilt trip, but hey, we were live on Twitch, and I heard you're jumping back into Twitch too. So, wink,
Baby, come back.
wink.
You can blame it all on Joe.
Baby, come back and let's cross promote, my friend. All right, here we go. That being said, guys, we do have an official outro, and it's time. Thanks for watching. If you're live, thanks for being live. Go check out YouTube and all the other social links involved. Nick, for myself and you and all our other hosts, I think it's time to say thank you, nerds, for watching. As always, we'll see you
on the other side.